On the... Well, that's very weird. That, like, doesn't check out. It's not muted. Good now. Back now. Weird. I didn't do anything. Like it was... That's... Anyway, never mind. No sense worrying about it. Hello! Good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I hope that things are going well for you. At wherever it is that you are. Twitch problem? Maybe. Could you hear game sound but not me? Or could you hear... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nice shirt, I like it. Oh, why thank you. I've got my big ice bear. We like the polar bears. I'd say I'm putting on winter themed shirts for the cold weather, but that's not true. I wear the cold weather themed shirts all year round. Did get a huge streamer with a dumb joke earlier today, so my day is going good. You want to see me do something extremely cool and riveting and adrenaline rush inducing and open my mailbox? I did some crafting yesterday. And I want to see, what do we get? We got 90k there, 15k there, 7k there, 6k there. But there's also, let me see here. Hi, kitty cat. Another, what is it called? 271k that's on its way. That must have just sold this morning, which is strange, right? Because like I posted it yesterday, but what do you do? Happy with that. I'll pick that up. I have been crafting and selling stuff, which is great. The problem is that I'm doing it while I'm procrastinating, which is not great. You'd think I could do both. And maybe I can, but I haven't done that yet. But I have 1.3.5 mil with another 270k coming in, so we're getting somewhere with this. We're rich. I'm richer than I was when I spent all my gold, so that's something. I don't pay too much attention to the particulars, but number go up, I'm happy. Not playing classic hardcore today. Now I've been playing the new patch of retail. All 3 enchanted crest recipes in my main. Very nice, very nice. Couple pets, saber mat from doing the seeds. Farming mats and crafting. Just buying mats to craft and then sell. It is totally profitable if you pick your moment and you pick your recipe and you have all of the stuff. So you get like the really good equipment. You get your specialization tree completely filled out. I have it filled out with some extra. And then you're in good shape. I have a video that talks about in detail about exactly what I do and how I do it and how I figure out what to do. And it's my magnum opus that's being really, it's kind of flopping in its own time. So bookmark that if you need it. Does anybody want to play hide and seek with me over here? It's for a pet. I promise it's important. Let me see. Salith Ghost wants scanning the stacks. That's not what I want to do. I need cozy camouflage. It'll happen one day. Currently working on getting the 3 crest recipes in the guild. Horde tune as well. Different realm than my main. Oh, nice. Mark for the Dream Talon travel form drop for me. Oh, cool. Hard to see. Got it from a little dragon to the right of the main NPCs in the bushes. Yeah, I think, like over here, kind of. It should be from, I'm assuming it's from the green dragon, who, like, hangs out over there. She's just not offered me any quests, yet. Yeah. It's just, she's got to rotate in, and I haven't been so lucky with that. Oh, kitty cat. I want to drink some coffee. Maybe I should craft something. Let me see if there's anything I can craft so we can just, like, have a little morning cozy time. I just reset those. Let's do a quick scan. Hi, baby girl. How are you? You sleep okay? I slept in bed with like a nest of the cat plus a bunch of plushies. And I somehow managed to wriggle my way until I was completely enveloped in all sides and was quite happy and pleased, and I just snoozed like that. Hi. And you were happy too, huh? Yeah. The only problem is that you sleep so still that when you do finally wake up, sometimes it hurts. Because you gotta move the old bones. Cozy crafting time. Yeah, we need a little caffeine. Well, yeah. I wonder if I'm ever going to try to come to grips with my caffeine addiction and kick it. I haven't been convinced to do so yet, but I feel like that's going to be an exceptionally grumpy time in my life if I'm ever convinced that it's worth doing. Oh yeah, so we're gonna look in this. Prime candidates for restock are A, those things that I just sold a bunch of. So these guys. It looks like they're no longer profitable, so I'm not going to worry about that. Healing pots actually are looking decent, so I can make a bunch of those. Those are easy to move. Frozen Focus, still very good. We can make a bunch of that. And then Tepid Versa is not presently worth it, so we won't worry about that. We'll do Healing Pots, we'll do Frozen Focus. And then, I mean, there's always Convergent and Draconis, but it's kind of hard to do Convergent on... It's not an awful margin, but it's a pretty slim margin. Draconis moves just fine, so that's something. Let me track... Oh yeah, I sold some mana potions recently, actually. We'll grab a few of those. Mana pots, healing pots, frozen focus pots. Frozen focus pots are an ingredient in the new healing potion. I guess maybe I should go do some stuff on my evoker to try to get the new healing potion recipe. There's a thought for you. Stick that in your skillet and let it simmer. How many do I want to make of the various things? Let's do rousing air X. What are we saying? 400? 400 of those. And then the awakened frost for the frozen focuses. Can I do like 500 of those? Nice big batch. And then 4,000 saxifrage, I think is how the math works. I don't know. Didn't graduate. 4,000. I graduated high school, I promise. And then for the healing pots, assuming that we have lots of Occam Bloom, which I believe I do, I need some Rousing Frost. Unfortunately, the time in my life in which I had 1,000,000 Draconic Vials is over, so I have to buy them now, which is a bummer. I once bought, like, almost genuinely 1,000,000 of them, and I thought I would never run out, and then I did. Because you just make enough stuff and you get through them all. So we're saying... How many of those did I say I was going to do? I didn't say yet, did I? Let's do, like... 1,000. Nah, that's too many. That's too many. Let's do like 500. And then for Draconic Vials, I don't really know exactly how many I want here, but I'm just going to buy a lot because I know I'm going to get through them. So how much would it cost me to get 50k of these? It would be 200k. But 450 is actually not bad. They were much closer to 5 before. You can buy them on vendors, but you buy them for 5 even, so it's best to get them on the auction house as long as they're below that. Okay, let's go pick up some stuff. Do you remember if moving the old bones hurt before? I can't remember anymore. I think things are feeling creakier, but I don't know. There's pain in every stage of life. It just kind of moves around. I think the smartest thing you can do is stop running from it and just go, yep, this is what it is. Hello. Managed to kick my Diet Coke addiction to 30 years. It was tough. Coffee helped. I didn't use my 70 boost. I don't think I will. I think it's going to sit on my loading screen for a couple of years. Alright, is that everything? Did I buy it all? Do I have enough Occam Bloom? I don't know if I have enough Occam Bloom. How much do I have? Let me see. Are we sure that I shouldn't just buy like a 1/2 mil of them? Occam Bloom. Oh, it's so cheap too. I don't know how many I have. Let me grab these ones. These ones. Yeah, let's just stock up, eh? Do the boosts stack? I mean, you can have multiple of them ready. You can't like combine them together to make a super boost. I suppose you could use one and then the other, but that would be a bit goofy. Use a booster and a mage just to have one? I think I would rather not. I think that I would. It's kind of like maybe in your kitchen you don't have a clay pot with a bird on it. And people like their clay pots with a bird on it, but you don't really have any plans to cook anything with it. And then you get a gift card, and someone's like, oh, you can get a clay pot. You can put it right over here, and then it can be in your kitchen. And I'm like, but I had an easier time wiping the counters before. I don't know if I need it. I think I'd just rather not. I'd rather they let me trade the boost for, like, anything else that I can use, but what are you going to do? Okay. We have lots of good, yummy stuff here now. I'm going to take a... Although, I would have a clay pot with a bird on it in my kitchen. That does sound like me. I got half an hour left of that buff. Let's make, what did we say? Were you doing frozen focuses first? Frozen focus? Foci? 500? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, you can totally have more than one. You can have them all, like, lined up on your screen. Used to use it on a rogue just to unlock my boxes. Is that like those pie birds? I also have a pie bird. I put it on the very tallest shelf because I've used it exactly once. And it was mostly because I was making a pie and I thought, this is the only time in my life for this pie bird to shine. And it did fine. I don't know that my pie needed it. Yeah, they accomplish a purpose. I think some kinds of pie may need them more than others. If you're doing a pie that has a completely sealed top crust and you need to vent the pie, then it might make more sense. I was doing a lattice top crust pie. I was also doing it in a square casserole dish because we're classy. It was completely superfluous. I had to take a pottery class, make a clay pot with a bird on it, aka leveling. Something to that effect, yeah. I just get stressed out by having, and I know it's ironic, surrounded by like a bunch of collectibles, but like a bunch of stuff that's not for anything. Especially if I'm not like excited about them and they're just kind of there and it's like, oh, you have the room for it, and it's like, yeah, but I don't want to keep it. It's sticking up, it's clogging up my brain RAM. I am perpetually short on brain memory and I'm perpetually trying to uninstall programs from here that we don't need. I've been looking at computers too much. What an Azeroth is a pie bird. It's like a ceramic, I guess you can make them out of other stuff, ceramic bird with a little hole in its beak, and you put it into a pie when you're baking it so that it can vent air out of the pie if it had a sealed roof, I'm assuming so. I think they might also whistle. They might make cute bird noises as they're doing so in your oven, if you really want to feel like a witch. I have a pie sheep. Why are you crafting these when the profit is negative? What do you mean? We get 21 gold, 74 silver, 83 copper per craft on average. You gotta look at the craft sim. You can't fuss yourself about this one. Craft sim's gonna take into account all of your crafting stats. We've got multi-craft, we've got resourcefulness, and you gotta average all that out. Yeah. Is that worth your time? Whether or not something is worth my time is a calculation I make on feeling and not on math. So it's safe to say that anything that I'm doing, of course I feel like it's worth my time. And maybe I'm just grumpy today, but if you don't feel like it's worth my time, you can kind of kick rocks. Can't you take out the pie, stick a fork in it? Don't know what I'm talking about? Certainly, you should do it. You should make pie, it's fun. Do you remember the turbo button on old PCs? I don't know what it did. I remember that my old family PC, the case had like a plastic thing that went over the power button. And it actually broke, so like you couldn't turn it on, but it was just because the plastic thing of the case was broken. And I don't remember if I told my family that it was broken or not. I think I was largely the user of this PC because I was the internet addict. But I remember I would take off the front of the case so that I could press the power button directly and then put the front of the case back on as though, like, so nobody has to know. And I'm pretty sure I did that for years. And I also thought that I was like the coolest thing ever because I was going into the computer and I was just pressing the button on the front, but it was like, it's not, it won't turn on, but it will. It was just like a little plastic thing that's broken. It was goofy. I think I eventually fixed it with tape. Oh. Super old programs were programmed on the processor speed. The turbo button actually would control the PC CPU speed, so some of those old DOS programs would still work. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. My first operating system that I was using was probably 98. And my first operating system that I spent any actual time with on my own PC was XP because I'm a baby. Hack the planet. Hi. Boop, 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 boop. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? Kitty and Mr. Moose had a nice visit. Well, it was an alright visit. Moose went and sniffed her, and she hissed at him, but she didn't like get up or get angry or anything. She was just like, hey. And then Moose, we convinced him to take his L and move on, which was good. Because the time before that, he came and sniffed you, and you didn't hiss at him, and then he licked you. And then you were like, ew, gross. This dog licked me. Plus, his tongue is like the size of her head, so he really got her quite wet. That's a reference to the 95 movie Hackers, Angelina Jolie's first movie. Oh! That sounds like something I should watch. You want a funny movie story? Well, okay, it's not funny. Funny's subjective. You might find this funny. So I told you recently how I, for spooky season, went back and I watched the original Alien and the original Predator, and I was kind of in a thing of those. And we were watching sci-fi movies. And I had on my list that I was going to watch a more modern sci-fi movie that I'd heard good things about. And I realize now that I think I was mixing up the titles of these movies, but completely separate from the movies I'd watched previously. I was like, you know what we should do is we should watch Prometheus. It looks long, but I've heard this is good. And the movie's starting, and we're watching it, and I'm like, oh, it's funny. The ship kind of looks like the ship from Alien. This looks exactly like the comm center, and the hallways look sort of similar. And then they get to the planet, and they're going into the thing, and I'm like, weird, that spaceship looks a lot like the one from Alien. And then I'm maybe 70% through this movie when I'm like, oh, this is part of the same franchise. I was like, wow, they're really paying homage to Alien. That's really great that they're respecting their sci-fi predecessors so heavily in this movie. And then, and it's funny because at the beginning, my partner asked me something, and I said that I wasn't expecting any aliens to burst out of anybody's chest. I thought it was like a more, I think I thought it was Interstellar, which I still need to see. I haven't seen it, no spoilers. I think I thought I was watching Interstellar, and I had them mixed up in my brain, and then I lost the bet because it is in fact part of the Alien series. But like the entire movie, I'm like, wow, that looks really familiar. That's crazy. And then we watched Covenant as well, because I liked it. I liked Prometheus. I thought it was good. Interstellar is very good. Yeah, I should watch that sometime. Can we confirm that it is not part of the Alien series? Prometheus is a movie? You didn't like it? I had a great time. I think maybe being not part of people that talk to other people about movies has kind of insulated me from what people think isn't bad, and it lets me enjoy things sometimes. Love Prometheus and Covenant. Yeah, I thought they were both fun too. I think that the supposed biblical references are a little bit up their own butts. But that's just me being uncultured, I guess. It's, you know, it's great, and I'm sure some people really get a lot of value out of that. I think that part's a little bit goofy, but I'll still watch the spooky movie about I like the idea of like the you know, the progenitor civilization and going back and visiting it. Love Fassbender in that movie. That was about it. Yeah. Prometheus ruined the eldritch horror in Alien for me. I'm sorry to hear that. Hard for many fans to get into once they see a bunch of sequels. Aliens 1 through 4 had come out before Prometheus. I also didn't watch Aliens 2 through 4 because I was kind of looking at the descriptions, and I loved Ripley in the first movie, and I was so excited for the end of that movie. And I was like, great, she can go home, get some therapy, plant a garden, and live happily ever after. And then I saw the preview for the next one, and it's like, they're sending her back. And I'm like, no, you don't. And then I saw a preview for another one. It's like, they're cloning her. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm not watching that. It never happened. La 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 la. She's gardening. Gardening. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm ever going to go read those. I might keep my headcanon. Or watch those, I suppose. Didn't send Jonesy back, though. Oh, that's good, actually. I had a couple of runs, a couple of instances of movies and or television shows that I watch where I was like, oh, cute kitty, and then something bad happens to the cat. And I am now suspicious and mistrusting whenever I see a cat on screen because I want to get invested, and I'm not, like, these people that make the movies keep doing messed up stuff to the cats, so I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous whenever there's a kitty that they're gonna use it for shock value. Definitely recommend the second. I heard it was more of an action movie. I don't really like action movies. American Psycho has no cat in it. Hi, Hazel. Hi, JG Britt. How you doing? Speaking of kitties, are you living happily ever after? You were a little grumpy because I'm air drying laundry in my office, mostly because I completely forgot that I'd washed laundry last night, and then it got too late for me to put it in the dryer. Because it's kind of loud and you don't want to like wake up your neighbors. It got too late for me to put it in the dryer, and I was like, well, it's okay, I can air dry it in my office, and I set up the big thing, and it's doing fine, although the towels did not get dry. I put those in the dryer in the morning. Farming seeds for the mount? Nice. Does the dog die thing also apply to cats? Breakfast burritos or pancakes for breakfast? Burritos. You gotta have a little protein in there. Haven't seen you for a while. Love your sweet look. Oh, thank you. I was kind of missing my shorter buzz recently. I was I saw a photo of a woman that had like a real short buzz, and I was like, I looked like that for a minute. This is nice too. Atlas Fortress, thank you for the 2-month resub. What's up for Katie? Maybe next time. Hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great time at BlizzCon. Some sort of hard cap or Blizzard tells you to go on an alt or go touch grass. Oh, they just don't give you anything else. I did enough Super Bloom. That is to say 2 of them, maybe 3. I think I did 3 technically. And I got 2 of the 3 enchanting recipes. So I can now make Wormling and Whelpling crests. Worms and Whelpling crests on Lightbringer. So if you need a work order, if you don't mind waiting like 12 hours for it, you can send it to Inksy. But yeah, I haven't done it on any alts yet. I think I might, I mean, just for the sake of making making stuff, I kind of want to do something of the zone on my evoker to get the recipe. I kind of want to do that. But if I get it, am I just going to be crafting all day today instead of doing the stuff that I have to do and then I have to stay up all night doing that stuff anyway? Got transmog my second Super Bloom. Jacob, thanks for the 28-month reset. Very much appreciated. Finished filling out my BlizzCon survey, ready for your cozy stream. 8 druids camping various rares for these forms. Third one from doing one of the rare events. Might be worth doing just to get the last recipe. Oh. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm categorizing it into a later me problem. Nobody I know is going to have aspect crest for a little bit anyway. There's so many more things I could craft, but I'm getting through the coffee. What else was I going to make? I was going to make not tepid verses actually. Oh, so maybe I'm almost done. Because I'm not making tepid verses. We did the healing pots. Oh, I've got mana pots to make. Let me chuck this stuff up first. And then we'll look into the mana potions. Silent, thank you for the 40-month resub. Lunch and Hazel stream. My favorite midday activity. Oh, shucks. My evoker was my main. This is going to be my first patch with my evoker as my alt, so I haven't really figured out the rhythm of it yet. She was I played her as preservation as my main for the first 2 seasons of this expansion. And now I'm going to be a holy priest. Potions are for profit. If I need this many refreshing healing potions, I should probably reevaluate. I do like keeping some on me, don't get me wrong. They're good to have. But we're going to send those. And we're gonna send those, and we're gonna send those. a couple of nice little mana pots just to chuck up there. I like to keep a nice variety of potions stocked. I know that it's the big auction house and it's the region-wide auction house, but I like to pretend I'm a store. I was assigned duties to later me, and then later me gets really irritated with past me. Welcome to the light. Gonna kill past me for all the stuff I'm dumping into the future. I know, right? It's funny, I won't use credit financially unless I can absolutely avoid it, and I think the interest is favorable, but with my time management, it's all... I mean, it's sometimes it's reasonable. I think that sometimes you have to assign things to later yourself. Because if you try to assign everything to now yourself, sometimes you implode. And if you're like me and you're prone to getting overwhelmed and panicking and then needing 4 days to recover from your panic-induced burnout, then later you is a good tool, especially if it's something that really doesn't need to happen right now. Like, I need to renew my driver's license next year in the fall. I got a year. That's a later me problem. I don't need to worry about what I need to bring for that just yet. I'm going to worry about that next year, a couple of months ahead. You can set reminders in your phone and have it like ping you whenever the time comes around. Aspect Crest, another good example. Nobody has them yet. It's also not life or death if I do them. So that's a good idea that I should get the thing. I would like to do it. Don't need to do it right now. I'm pretty capped right now, to be honest with you. I'm doing the raid guides. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to skip tomorrow's news video or if I'm just going to do like an itty bitty version, because I am finding myself with not as much, it's not time, it's energy. Not as much focus energy as I feel that I might need to keep up with the tasks I've set for myself. So canceling it's one way to free up a little extra, but I might see if I can just do a mini version of it. Just like a Cliff's Notes without too many extra graphics. Hopefully it'll be a better experience than at the American DMV. Yeah, I found it. It's not. It should be just fine. Hopefully it's a better experience than getting my American license changed into my Canadian one. I don't know if you guys remember that or how much I told you about it at the time, but I had to go back like 4 or 5 times. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it was 3 times. But each time, like, they would send me away and be like, no, we can't do this. You need this document. Oh, I'm sorry. You need an original copy of this document. What do you mean an original copy of this document? It was a mess because I was de-immigrating or repatriating or whatever. But I also had a name change. There was a marriage, and there was a name change, and there was a divorce, and then also Oregon is like the only state that doesn't share, or one of 3 states that like doesn't share records. So I had to get like a history report of my record from Oregon in like a certified copy, which is where they use the fancy paper, and I had to get that mailed. But they didn't tell me all this the first time I went because like we didn't run into the problem with the name until after we dealt with the problem with the report, which had nothing on it, by the way. I don't go anywhere. So like I kept having to go back and make appointment, and then they're like, I'm sorry, you need your original marriage certificate. I'm like, what? Ugh. But this time around, I'm just getting the thing renewed, so I'm pretty sure we're just going to take a new picture. I'm going to tell them I'm still with the bad eyeballs, and we're going to be fine. It was stupid because nothing told, like, I'm the kind of person that if I'm going in, it's just because my situation was so specific and niche, but like, if I'm going in to do a document thing, right? Like I'm getting my passport renewed, I'm doing some immigration, de-immigration thing, bureaucracy, whatever. I will go onto the websites and I will figure out what kind of documentation they want me to have. I will make a list of it. I will verify that I have everything. I will have it in order in a folder in my bag when I go because I've been through this before and it makes it a million times easier. So I did that each time. I looked up what I was going to need, but they don't, you know, on the website, they're just like, here, bring your ID, bring your proof of residence, bring this and that, bring your $20. They did not tell me I needed my original marriage certificate, right? Like it's just stuff that comes up. So I eventually got it sorted out. But it can't possibly be worse than that. That's one of my new bars for things that were a pain in the butt. This is why you don't change your name when you get married. Yep. And, yep. If I could go back in time and tell younger me that, I would rub it in. Waving at you across the Juan de Fuca from the Olympic Peninsula. Oh, there's a view. Issues with getting originals my birth cert for things. Yeah, the good news about living my life is that I know where my documents are now. Also, when I was getting copies of my marriage certificate, I was like, you know what other records do you have of me? And I was like, give me a couple of the divorce, give me a couple of the marriage, give me you're just shopping at that point, right? Like they've contracted this company to send you like originals or certified copies. So I just loaded up in like a bunch of copies of basically everything, and I have them all organized because I'm gonna need them for something. And it takes ages to get them from the States, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna make a little folder. So, we have some things in triplicate. We are doing that one. Yeah. Hazelnutty Games, not Hazelnutty Games. Guess what I'm doing? 10.1 campaign, because I want flag. Yeah. And the good news is that it's actually coming kind of handy, because sometimes you don't know the dates on stuff, but then you're like, you know what? I have the certificate right here. Let me check for you. So, you know, small victories. How are my auctions looking here? We've been here for 30 minutes. I have how much incoming? We've got 7K incoming, which makes me think that I have gold in the mailbox. We do. And we are 135K there, 7K. So, oh, it's because I have so much value in files on me. That's right. Okay. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. I'm happy with that. I kind of want to go play the zone on my evoker to try to like make, I don't even know what the thing drops from, but I'm assuming if I go do some stuff that I might have a chance to get it. But I'm also, I kind of also want to go back on my priest to look into all the things, I think. Maybe turn on all the things. Turn on handy notes. I think that's the move. Turn on handy notes. And just pick a project and try to just do one thing at a time. I've been getting stressed with this zone lately, partly because I'm stressed in general and it bleeds, but secondly because There's a lot of new stuff. It's all at once. I don't know how any of it works, and I don't even know which thing is for which thing. It's like being given somebody's junk drawer and then being told to unlock their shed. And you have, like, a bunch of keys, but you also have key ingredients. And then you have, like, markers and paper clips and, like, a letter opener, despite the fact that no one gets any mail. And, it's just too much. Got Pathfinding done. Real game changer. Makes me want to play more. I've found it super nice in particular for collecting treasures, because they like to stick them in trees and stuff. And it is glorious being able to actually control your flight if you're trying to land on something real fiddly and small like that. So I'm glad that I did those questing achievements. I wasn't convinced that I would have done that. It doesn't really sound like a me thing to do anymore. But I'm glad that I did do, like, the zone questing campaigns back when they came out, because otherwise I would be doing that right now too. Yeah, that's fine. Those are copper quality ones. Anyone tested whether static flying recharges vigor? It's a good question. I would assume it does. Or not that it recharges vigor actively, but that your vigor recharges passively while you're on it. I don't know for sure, though. Is there an objectively best profession to make gold? At any given moment, probably, but it would shift and change. It's a moving, breathing organism, the marketplace. And you certainly can make gold with anything. I like alchemy, but that's just because I understand alchemy. I don't understand anything else. I don't know what they do. Free since it's counted as last season? I don't think I'm going to worry about that, but that sounds like a great idea. I would not say that Evoker is a hard class to learn, although difficulty is extremely subjective. I would say, for me, it was harder to learn than the rest of the healers. So if we're putting it on a list, I would say it was the toughest one to get settled with. Certainly you can play it, but I found it was the toughest one to really get comfortable with and really feel like I was able to tackle challenges with all of the ability that I could. It's fun though. It's a great project if you want one. So I feel like that's still not happening. That quest, I've done it already, and I'm pretty sure still broken. So we're gonna drop it. We're gonna hide some things. What time is it? It's 9:40. I always, whenever I'm in the zone and I don't quite know what I'm doing, I always just end up getting sucked into just doing the seeds. You just fly around, you plant a seed, or you dump some stuff into the existing seed, and make sure you're getting one of each of the boxes, and then just hang out. I do this a lot because sometimes I just don't know what else to do. But I do want to turn on handy notes today specifically. Let's see. Hey, Inksy. Handy notes. Dragonflight treasures, sure. Let me check to see if we have Curseforge. All my add-ons updated. That's a good thing to check every day during patch time. The Netherwing Drake was a trading post reward that they've also re-added in as a campaign quest, or like a quest reward, but that quest is not available yet, is my current understanding. So if you don't have it, you're out of luck for the moment, but eventually they'll let you do a quest that lets you get it. You can get transmog gear from seeds. I don't know. Maybe. I know you can get transmog from the green ones. Actual wearable gear is a maybe. Let me see. You get crests. Drake streaming crests. Okay. Dream energy I've found to be quite inconsistent, so I'm just gonna not worry about it. Alright. Handy notes is showing me all kinds of goods. Let's clean some of this up, eh? There are dragon glyphs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's dragon glyphs we can get. Adventure of the Emerald Dream. Those are rares. So we're gonna not worry about the rares right now. Emerald Dream Glyph Hunter and Treasures of the Emerald Dream. And then, is that rare scanner that's doing that? Because I'm not too fussed about the rares right now. I want the rares to honestly go away so I can focus on treasures. Rare scanner. Rare scanner is not on. That must be a handy notes thing. Can I handy notes dragonflight? Yeah, let's turn those off. Rare's off, treasures on. Yeah, just for now. And then maybe profession treasures if there's more of them that I haven't got yet. That's good. I'm not going to worry about possible somnuts. I'm not going to show completed. Okay. Good, good, good. Coffee, good. Whoa. Alright, we got a warm kitty cat. Warming up the fingers. I want to do the Treasures of the Emerald Dream achievement. So let's hide some other stuff to not worry about it. The side quests are a good idea, but I kind of want to make a few other things go away that seem easier. We might have to look up some details on a few of these, but we're just going to sort it out as we go. This is Magical Bloom. Can I... Here, we can just kind of do it that way. Add-on to look at with my map was handy notes. Handy notes. BOEs from the plants around the seeds, too. Oh. I think the BOEs... not 100%, but I think they can just drop from anything in the zone. I think those are just, like, new world drop BOEs. Okay. Chase the laughing podling until he reveals his treasure. Where is the laughing podling? He's not going to be laughing for long. Also, I want to have my new pet out. It's quite sad, but I was doing a seed last night off stream. And I got a pet. And it was the one pet that I already have. I have exactly one pet from seeds, and I got it twice in a row. And I don't keep multiple copies of it, and you can't cage them. So there's really nothing to be done for it. Two snoozles and one dustite so far. I thought maybe he might be up here, but I'm not seeing him. Laughing Podling Treasure. Magical Bloom. Before I run around too much, let me wowhead this to see what I'm missing. Game was mocking you. Maybe I just realized how much I liked, oh. Maybe I just realized how much I liked my little Dusty. And I really wanted to make sure that I remembered. So Wowhead is saying, let me see. Attack the laughing springling and then follow him after he reaches his destination. He drops the bloom, runs away. You can loot the treasure once he runs. Okay. /tar laugh. Maybe he starts somewhere else. Maybe he starts... Oh, he starts over there. Haha. Ha. Handy notes also tells me what I need to know, but sometimes it helps to read. Okie dokie. All right, here it is. There he is. So we're gonna hit him, and then we're gonna chase him. I'm gonna give him a nice little target marker so I can find him. Readings for rich folk. Tabbed and Frack almost toasted me. Recommend get Darkman Fair buff to increase the rep you get from quests and items. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, meow meow. But if we do this, we get those the antler transmog from doing all the treasures. I'm pretty sure. And maybe we'll make a transmog that uses them just to celebrate. 2 mounts, 3 pets, 15 seats. It's pretty good. Oh, thanks, 5 buttons. That's very kind of you. See, the anniversary buff, I feel like... What if they do it... You know how when they did the... And maybe it'll just be a flat rep buff and that'll be great and you really should wait it. But what if they do it like... Remember when they did the Diablo rep buff? And it was like extra rep for everything except for the low Niffin because the Niffin rep was so new. I almost kind of hope that they do that for this one just so that the correct move is not to like absolutely stockpile and hoard stuff. Because it's going to be a pretty significant rep buff. There we go. We got a purple seed, some supplies, and then that one is all done. So let's look for the roving trove if we can. Also, anything good for Renown 7? We just got Renown 7. Nature's Regalia. Useful gloves. Yeah, sure. Let's go get those. Did not want to hold on to the rep tokens. No patience. Want to see bar go up. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I wanted to see the bags get empty. I just don't like carrying stuff around. People saving rep tokens to the anniversary buff? They're probably just smarter than me. That'll be alright. I'm feeling pretty comfy about not min-maxing this rep in particular because, it just doesn't seem... It's a cute rep and there's cool stuff on it, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna really make or break me. Oh, they put an item upgrade over here. I did dump some flight stones and some of my, like, whelps and drake's crest into getting a few of my pieces, not that one, but a couple of things upgraded. I upgraded my veteran cape to 460, just cause, so my item level's up a little bit better. I'm looking for Lasara, which is confusing because I used to raid with a priest named Lasaria. And I keep thinking that it's her. I'm looking for... There you are. 441 veteran. Yeah! Also an appearance? Sure. I'm trashing my tier set bonus because I just don't want to worry about it. It's not the right answer, but it is what I'm doing. Can I upgrade those at all? I don't really have much to speak of in terms of Drake's Crest. I think I spent a bunch of them. Honeybun Games, thank you for the 29-month resub. Holy heck, 29 months. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope it's revving you up for a wonderful weekend. So what can I do here? I can do one. Yeah, upgrade's an upgrade. All right. Treasures. Unwaking Echo. Cosmetic knife. Yeah, sure. So that's not one of the ones for the achievement. Maybe I should focus on those ones first, but, I don't know. The sleeping treves are nice and easy. I would like to farm flight stones, but how? A big bulk of them seem to come from the one-time quests. Seeds give you some flight stones. I think you get more flight stones for having bigger seed bags, so participating in blooms, I think, will help. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it seems like it's part of it. So there it is. We're gonna slash sleep. And then I'm a sleepy dreamer. And then we loot it, and we get a dagger appearance. Camper's knife. Nice. That'll be good for collection. Regular world quests. Oh, that's a good point, actually. You could do, that's totally true. You could do some for regular world, and regular treasures probably too, right? Oh yeah, all this stuff is upgraded. I should maybe be looking at the gear from like the other world quests. I hadn't really been worrying about it. Shall I get the tailoring treasure over here? Dawn of the Infinite Heroic, 65 per boss. Ooh, there you go. It's either pretty terrible. If Tuskar Chest still give it, that should be the way. Did Tuskar Chest give it? Flight stones? Treasure antlers are so great. I feel like I'll be using them for a while until I get to. A snuggle buddy. Oh, this is me. There we go. Tailoring knowledge for all the good that's going to do me. I've started actually in tailoring putting knowledge points into garment crafting just because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'll actually want to make myself some gears. I'm trying to like get like offset, not basically like I was going to do gloves and cloaks just so that I can craft those like off pieces. Let's do boots that don't overlap with stuff. Just to be able to make myself things without needing a work order. Use my own insights and whatever. All right, Reliquary of Goldrun. Let's go do this one. So I did one of these already. You find the mark and then you get the buff and then you have to go to the statue. So what I think I want to do, it looks like there's one thing over there. There's also a dragon glyph over there. And then the other one's over there. I was almost not fast enough with the last one that I did. Didn't know how to wake up my body after. How do you? I just kind of fly away and then it sort of snaps back eventually. So there's the statue of the great wolf. Here's the dragon glyph. And then there's a way to like click it. Yeah, so I should be right by the mark thing here. I think you can't... can you mount with the... I guess I can find out. I feel like I cannot. Or can I? Accompanied by a wolf spirit guardian. Because otherwise... Well, I guess the last one was like in a cave, so you kind of couldn't. Alright, where is the... That's a mark of Ursol. Oh. You can, like a hunter pet. Well, that makes that dramatically easier. Wow. Fancy that. Oh, a fist weapon. I'll have to send that over to a character that can learn it. I've just been sending stuff to my warrior and then clicking it. Good, usually an embellish slot. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do cloak later just because I got a high item level one, but also Flabby can make cloaks. I think tailoring is the one profession that Flabby doesn't have, like, giga capped. Here is not a treasure. Eh? Combine 5 slumbering dream fragments to restore a renewed dream. Slumbering dream fragments drop from all over. Oh, I see. Slumbering. Do I have any? Nope, sure don't. Pixie is so cute. What do you guys crafting with your sparks? I've done nothing so far. I'm tempted to get myself a crest and then recraft. I mean, get myself a crest is easier said than done. I kind of want to recraft my old... It was a boots or a belt or something. Basically the flavor pocket item, just so that I can get my flavor pocket back ASAP. Trifle snatcher. Follow as it flies from branch to branch. Sure, yeah. Correct choice is to wait. Crafted a chest piece. Stood over myself, tried slash wake. I just left it behind. My body reappeared. I don't know. Sometimes I wait too long. Sometimes I feel like I've been known to wait. Ooh. And then I just hold on to it like forever and ever. And ever. Amen. Dragon Shard of Knowledge. Wow. Maybe I'll actually use my tailoring and my enchanting now that this is my new quote-unquote main. Maybe I'll actually get them into a usable state. Like they have some knowledge. It's not finished, but I have some stuff spec'd. The first thing I did with my enchanting was nail points into the tree part that would let me make Khadgar's disenchanting rod because it was a toy and I wanted to make it. It's a pretty good toy. Can't complain. Let's do the blue one. I like pets. Love to be able to just slash sleep IRL. It's a pretty incredible skill. And or habit. I used to have very tough time sleeping. And I still... It's not like I can do it at will. But, my bedtime routine is just so cozy, and I'm so used to it, and I do it in the same way every single night, that I'm just in the habit of, by the time I'm done, I'm just, like, gone. Which is nice, because you do that for long enough, and then you no longer have anxiety of, like, what if I can't fall asleep? That add-on is Plumber. Plumber. Collection thing you have. I'm using handy notes to find things on the map. I'm using Plumber to dump stuff into the seeds, and to give me a little seed button when I get near them. Need to find a routine that works for me. Thank you. Big part of mine is reading a nice book at the very end of all of it after I've done all the dental hygiene and like the getting everything just right. I curl up in bed with my book. And the great thing about that is that it doesn't have to be... It's nice if it's a good book. But if it's a boring book, it's just kind of a place to park my brain until it gets sleepy so it's not worrying about it. And... it's at the point now where, like, especially if it's, like, a really rich, textured one, I can just kind of, like, oh, I go to sleep real nice. I love bedtime. Bedtime's the best. Do you remember your dreams, Adele? Yeah, I do. Not forever. They don't last forever. But I will typically remember them for a little while, depending on when I woke up. But yeah, I have some pretty bizarre dreams. The amount of dewdrops put in matters. Anything other than bag outcome. I know you have to contribute at least once to get, like, the, to get any kind of a reward. And then it's nice if you get it to the blue quality just for, well, I don't know. I don't know why I've been getting it to blue and not green. Nothing else to do with my dewdrops, I suppose. Now that I have the Frost Saber mount, it doesn't seem as key to me to, like, cap it out. Different answers, ideas. Yeah, maybe it gives you, like, more dream energy for doing a bigger one. I really don't know. It's hard to keep track of info like this too when the patch is so new, and it feels like every now and then something just changes, like they hotfix something and something that did do something doesn't do it, or it starts doing something, and it's like, well, I don't know how you're supposed to learn anything. Forever envy people who can fall asleep anywhere and within minutes. I had the weirdest dream with an orc redesign being announced. They all looked like Murloc Gul'dan from Time Rifts. Oh, that's incredible. I wish I had that same... I guess it's not the same ability. I wish I had a completely separate ability to just, like, physically relax completely. Regardless of what's going on. And, you know, you can do, like, breathing exercises and breath work, and that's good. And you can meditate, and that's good. And you can do, like, relaxation meditations, and it all helps. But I get this thing where whenever I'm, like, really stressed about something, I get this, like, binding pain that, like, wraps over my shoulders and across my chest to the point that it's, like, sharp pain if you breathe too deeply, which makes it kind of hard to do the breath work. And no matter how hard I try to chill and relax and do hot showers and massages and, like, deep breaths and try not to worry about it, it will not go away until after I've dealt with whatever it was that it is. So, like, last time... And it's hard because sometimes those things can't happen, like, instantly. Like, the last time that I had this, it was because I was really stressed about getting my taxes all prepared and sorted out because they were complicated and I was having a hard time finding an accountant and it was all just, like, a big mess. It's done now, but, like, at the time, especially at the end of it when it came, like, appointment time and I was, like, getting all my documents and forms and figures and whatever, it was awful, and there was nothing that I could do to actually release that until after, like, maybe 12 hours after my appointment was done, when I'd actually, like, dealt with it. That's when it kind of, like, unclamped, and then I started to actually, like, feel better, but it was horrible until then. And I think that might be my body just not letting me procrastinate anymore. It's like, listen, you can have the shoulders back when you do the thing. But sometimes, you know, you can't just do... The thing's going to take longer than an afternoon. And you can work on the thing, but even if you're in progress in the thing, that apparently is not good enough for my body, and it's infuriating. Follow the Trifle Snatcher. So I'm guessing I have to start with the Trifle Snatcher over there. So let's learn from our last experience, shall we? Hi, Hazel. How is Moose doing? My dogs Archie and Jake say hi. Hi. Moose is good. He was so cute this morning. He's clean right now because he had a bath last night because he went and played in the rain last night. We went and took him to go play and romp around, and it was raining and it was muddy, and of course the dog becomes like a mud ball. And so we get him home, we give him a big bath, and he's really good in the bath now. And I get him all shampooed and scrubbed down and dried up. And then now he's like, I love Moose, but I love clean Moosey. He smells so good and his fur is so soft, and he's so good for big hugs. And then this morning he was like, you know, bringing me his toys and he wanted to play, and oh, he was just so cute. He's always cute. Also, I saw a video of a dog that kind of looked like him that was like at a shelter, and then I needed to go pet my dog. Trifle Snatch. Nope, that's not helpful. Follow the Trifle Snatcher as it flies from branch to branch. Is it up, perhaps? What is the Trifle Snatcher? Is that the owl? Has he grown into his ears and his tail yet? His tail is growing faster than the rest of him, and if his legs don't catch up soon, it's going to be dragging on the ground. It's like an inch and a half off the ground. It's silly. He's a goofy looking boy right now. Today is Mr. Moose's half birthday. He is 6 months old today. My baby's growing up so fast. Why am I trying to do this in a dragon riding mat? Let me get a real mount. That all got my character stuck yesterday. Don't try it with dragon riding. Okay. Nah? Is this owl trying to like booby trap these trees? Happy 6 months, sweet boy. Officially half a dog, can't wait to see the other half. I clicked it yesterday, so it might be point number 2. Oh. That's a good tip. I did not know I clicked on an owl yesterday. Love doing this in my druid flying form. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Careful. More and more static flying here. Yeah, sometimes it's needed. Sometimes it seems important. Okay. So we're going to do that. And we're following. Nice. Thank you for that tip. I would have been stuck there for a while. Bless handy notes. So good. I wonder how many... Is there a new safari achievement, or is it just like a handful of pets? I've seen a few of them. Oh, I see. Owl's not here yet. But I didn't know if there's an achievement that gave me like a list, or... I guess all the things is going to have a list for me. There is a new safari. Safari. Emerald Dream Safari. Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, because I definitely want to work on that. That sounds like great fun. I need a badger, a slumbertooth, a snaggletooth, and a slumbertooth. And a floof talon, of course, as you do. Ooh. Yeah. Do you see the ninja hotfix to the antlers? You have to do dream on achieve to get them down instead of the easier one. Yeah, I noticed that when I was looking at this, it didn't say the antlers, and I was getting kind of nervous about it, but I thought maybe I'll just do it and then we'll see. Dream on. What do I have to do for that? I don't see an achievement called Dream On. There's Dream Within a Dream. No, that's not it. I haven't found Slumbertooth or Snaggletooth yet. Does Kira count as a Snaggletooth? Nah, her teeth fit in her mouth. All three of them. Search for antlers. Oh, weird. They did change it. That's sneaky. Why? This is what I get for not doing everything immediately. Birdie, hello? Also, I think I started a seed and then I walked away from it. Oh no, I looted it. I looted it. On the top of the branch. There's a lot of branches. Here, I'm gonna look at the verticality carrot. So it should be somewhere around this level. Oh, no. It fell? Aha! Okay, yeah, I was just waiting for him to show up, I guess. There it is. Hi, kitty. Welcome back. Alright, one plump dream seed. Wow. I don't know if that was worth it, but I guess we're doing it for the achievement. Let's do the Reliquary of Ursal. Let's do that one. That one seems nice and easy. Tackle boxes does not get flight stones. You can old world fly if you do the Nerve Pathfinder. Yeah! Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's plant our new seed, huh? Hi, kitty. No, I don't think they would make you lose your antlers. I think you got in while it was good. One where you honor the statue is pretty cool. Let's just do like a little baby satchel. Save my dewdrops for what we don't know. But in theory, the pet has the same chance to drop out of this as anything else. So what else is in that Dream On achievement? Treasures is one of them. I Dream of Seeds is for doing a seed at each of the bounty locations. We can do that. Maybe we should work on this today. Dream On. And then Defenders of the Dream is, oh, that's the campaign. So that's not even available yet. And then 10 of the following special encounters. So those are rares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done 6 of 10 so far. Save them for if the queen drops by. What if it's Queen the band? Have you seen this kitty? Did you know how cute she is? Wow. She's been really sweet while I've been at my desk plugging away. She'll just come sit right up here or right here. I will get insulted if I wear an unobtainable mug. You'll probably just get a bunch of people whispering you asking how to get it, and then you get to either leave them wondering or let them down. Thank you. Hugging the cat and hugging the dog are very different experiences. Moo has like a big chest that's getting bigger every day. There's a lot to hug there. What advice would you give to someone considering returning, gets immediately overwhelmed by how fast WoW seems to have gotten since I left? I feel ya. See if you can narrow your scope a little bit. Like, instead of pick like a very simple, very specific goal and work on that one. If it's the combat that has you feeling that way, there might be a talent build that you can use that has a lot of passives so that there's not as many buttons to manage. You certainly don't need to be doing things like the optimal perfect way for basically most of this. So setting up your talent in a way that makes it nice and manageable for you, I think is a great idea. Moo. Why did they retroactively do that? I think they wanted to prank me. They wanted to prank me. They thought, you know what's gonna make Hazel's day better? Is if she has to do these other achievements for it. Yeah, her balance is really good. It takes a lot for this cat to fall down. And then she always lands on her feet. Hold on, it's a kitty cat thing. Many glowy buttons to push, yeah. Oh, sometimes when I feel like that, I will start an alt, because when you're leveling from scratch, you don't have all that many buttons. You have just a couple of them that you get to, and then you kind of get new buttons one at a time. Sometimes that's quite nice to like level a new character so that you can kind of get introduced to each spell one by one, and you know, get your talent points one by one and kind of have a little more time to come to grips with them. You could also look into playing a version of Classic WoW. People play Wrath Classic, people play Hardcore Classic, people play Regular Classic. Those are much more reasonable and relaxed in pace. Alright, we're gonna do the treasures first because... We're gonna do the treasures first before I start worrying about the seed thing. Kitty Maya will run up the stairs so fast, kind of ends up going off into a Tokyo drift. Aww. You're not being brave like the stream title says yet. I'm sort of picking away at collectibles, which should have to do with this. It's funny, all the things is still telling me that I need to do feather treasures of the rescue for the following moonkin hatchlings for a Blulu. Is that available? Is that a World Quest? Claws for Concern quest in the Whirlwing Basin? Hang on. Well, all right. We'll come back to that. I don't know if that's even available right now. If it is, then I have a need. Okay. So it looks like this one is pretty close by. Is this like the tutorial one? It's just like it's right across the way. Because the mark of Goldrin was something. Little purple baby owl bear. Shows you appearances your character can't wear? Oh, Visage Aversal. I think a lot of them are, if it's these guys, they become like account bound. Whoa, that's cool. It's kind of like my Legion Druid PvP set. I can't tell if it's exactly like it, but it's kind of like it. Oh, that's amazing. I kind of want to make a mod for that. Okay, we need to do one more. Aviana's Trove, I'm pretty sure. I don't really want all these rares on my map. It's too many things. Oh, there's a super bloom currently active. Should I go help? It's been up for a little bit. Pretty sure PvP set doesn't have the braids. Cool thing about some of the statues, you can honor them without clicking the glyphs if you're specific classes. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's a really neat trick. Main story quest before starting patch content. You need to do a little bit of it. Not the whole thing, but you need to do Chandra's storyline, and they'll tell you that when you pick up the patch starter. They'll tell you what you need to do. What is this? A somnut. But it's fun collecting transmog out here. Woo! I have all 3 of them. I'm an enchanter. I've always been an enchanter. We can do now enchanted aspect dreaming, worm dreaming, and whelpling dreaming. Ha! Excellent. See, one thing crossed off the later me problems list. Imagine that. Oh yeah, spruce crown, that's right. Frack got mad at people doing Crucible. Just had cauterized triggered for being in the wrong place. Oh man. That's why thank you. It just dropped from a somnut for me, so maybe it's just a chance from any rarer treasure. Or just stuff. Alright, I'm here to help. For what, I'm not sure, but something. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Silly. How are you? I felt like a kindergarten teacher when I said that. Not to insinuate that you're a kindergartner, but that's how I imagine, you know, a kindergarten teacher might start their day, is by, I think a child might quite enjoy being called Dr. Silly. I'll have to find a child and test that theory. Bag reset for Super Bloom, is it like bi-weekly? I don't know. I'm eventually, I think, gonna just settle into doing it once a week for the quest. But I can't keep up with what's going on. It was just kind of around. I figured maybe I would come by and get something. Back piece drops from the boss and not the bags. That sounds true. That sounds true. Battle pets. Emerald bounties. Oh, hi. Oh yeah, so that's all the transmog that can drop from the seeds. It's also on the vendor. It's nice that they gave kind of a backup. And Warden's Tabards. Ochre Green Talon. There's a pet from a quest. I'm guessing those are later. Maybe some of them are, maybe some of those quests are side quests. I might be able to get some cosmetics by just finishing all the side quests. Trying to enjoy it, actually feeling like fall weather finally. Nice. 2 back pieces this week, both from the boss itself. I also have 2 back pieces. I just don't know where they're from. Hello. There's a lot of things here. There's a lot of things. The rares all have stuff. Super Blue, cosmetic reward. So there's another back piece. And then there's a whole set. But those are veteran, which makes me think that's a weekly lockout. They're not going to give me any more of that. This needs to be updated. Oh, I'm going to get a staff from doing the Aviana treasure. I need that. There's just too many things out here. How you liking the new patch? Any critiques? Patch is fun. I am not in a place in my life to criticize it. Because I can't tell if anything that I have a problem with is a them problem or a me problem, because I'm just having some problems. So I can't say this patch is too overwhelming, because I think that that's a I think that call's coming from inside the house. It's fun. It's cute. I'm excited about the season. I think I'm going to have lots to do next week. I think my biggest thing right now is I don't really know what you get from what, and I'm having a bear of a time figuring it out. And it's fine for me to not know, because it all seems like it's mostly just cosmetics and other things. And that maybe I should just noodle around until I've done a bunch of stuff, and that will like whittle that list down to where it's more manageable. But again, I don't know if it's hard to understand because it's hard to understand, or I think I'm just kind of at capacity. Gonna have a blast next week. Lost in what comes from where too. That helps. Yeah, I think I just need to let go of my desire to know, which is hard for me. Especially because I want to be able to tell people when they ask me. But I think I just need to let go of any need to have that figured out. I just need to be, it's okay if I don't really know what's going on. And it's okay if I do something that maybe didn't have anything for me, you know. I don't need to do this in the most efficient way possible. It's alright. It's okay. Doing things, seeing what pops out. Get Monday off too, so excited. My excuse is my brain is made of Swiss cheese. Delicious. Yeah, the discovery's fun. I just need to chill. I just need to relax. Found season 2 massively convoluted. Not struggling as much with this patch. Yeah, it's the sophomore patch of the upgrade system, which I think helps. I'm feeling more, you know, like I don't have to worry about what is a Drake's crest or what is a Whelpling crest. There's a few things that we've sorted. So there's that one. There's also a bag that had some flight stones and stuff. Not a lot of flight stones. I got 39 flight stones total for doing that. I wasn't there from the beginning, so I missed 2 of the bags. But that is okay. There's glyphs. There's an enchanting treasure. There's the reliquary of Aviana. There it is. What's funny is I'm pretty sure I saw a mark of Aviana like over by the Ursol thing. But there must be another one over here by it. Can't relax, must do all at once. There's so many things. Yeah. Gotta get the things. I'm having a nice time cleaning up treasures because it feels like I'm making things a bit more manageable. All these one-time things, right? Like the one-time treasures and the profession treasures and the dragon glyphs. Those are all things that I'm going to do them once and then it's like, cool, I did it. It's checked off the list. We're set, you know? Which is nice. There's a dragon glyph over this way, too. Interface in a new language trying to learn. This patch got me so confused. I think I'm starting to understand how it all works now. That's a great idea. I might sneeze. I don't want to. Doesn't matter what I want. Do I need to sneeze? What if there's evil in my nose? What if it's in my brain? What is evil? I don't have to sneeze anymore. Wish the NAL client allowed us to put it in French. Does it not? My understanding is that you can change your language to whatever on Earth you want to. You just have to do, you have to do it from the BNet level. Which, and then, I don't remember if you have to reinstall the game or not, but like, it's not just like a toggle. Or at least it wasn't last time I did it. But you certainly can, because, you know, there's French Canadians and, you know, French-speaking people, and people speaking any language that might be living and playing in North America. Yeah. I had my client set to Korean for a hot minute a few years ago. Because I was trying to learn Korean. But I chickened out because it meant that my entire client in BNet was in Korean. Which was fine, because I was kind of getting the hang of at least sounding out the Hangul. But I was also trying to record and make videos, and it was not very helpful to anybody to watch a tutorial when my audience is English-speaking typically. So I did not stick with that for terribly long. Okie dokie. Hello. The boon of Aviana appears. Oh, it's over here. And if I had done this a few days ago, or even yesterday, I might have gotten the antlers. That's okay. Nice. It's a pretty staff, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, it's a pretty staff. Very torn. French-Canadian here, but I play in English. What is dream energy used for? You fill up the dream energy bar and you get a dream infusion that you can use to buy a spooky green or lovely green version of a mount or a pet that you have. There's a whole bunch of them on a vendor. Would have been helpful for Koreans. It would have. I would be very surprised if I had too many people in my audience that speak Korean that don't also speak English, and just because I've built up my audience in English, and that's just kind of what you end up with. Shout out to the old Nax 41. How are the raid trinkets? Like the Emerald Dream procs? I didn't worry about them too much. I'm waiting for the, I'm gonna figure that out next week on Wednesday. I'm gonna be wowheading it mid-raid trying to figure out what I want to roll on. Bittersweet, thanks for the raid, guys. Okay. So we did the treasures. Should we do dragon glyphs just to get them done? Let's do some dragon glyphs and profession treasures, eh? And then I'm torn between working on Dream Safari and the Dream On achievement to the point that I can. Like the I Dream of Seeds might be quite nice. That one seems reasonable and easy to do. I've gone the wrong way. We need to go here. Dragon Glyph. Ivy Sarah. Did I see it? Oh, it's probably up there. See if I could cheat. There's a lot of branches and stuff up here. If there's a dragon glyph, oh, there it is. Ta-da! You do not need to be dragon riding in order to get a glyph. Also, my chat log says that my Drake sensed a nearby dragon glyph, and you can see my Drake right here. That's funny. I will take it. I'm not mad at that at all. Alrighty. Let's get this one, shall we? Does feel like cheating a bit. Yeah, I would assume that all of the clients have access to all of the languages because people live all over the world and speak all kinds of different languages. Your Drake looks a little sticky. Normal flying part of an achievement? Yes, they added a Pathfinder achievement. They added a Dragon Isles Pathfinder, I'm pretty sure is what they called. It is for exploring the Emerald Dream and the Explorer, and then zone campaigns. Zone campaigns, and that unlocks static flying and all of the dragon riding. Yeah, it's awesome for treasures. It's so nice. I like, I still prefer dragon riding for doing big distances. Like if I'm trying to cross the zone, I would much rather do that in a Drake. But... oh, Disenchanted, that's right. Forgot that they did them like that. I'm getting out of the elite zone. I hate these areas. I never like them. I never go do them. Somebody must like those. Those must be for somebody that's just not me. Profession treasures, huh? It's nice doing them on a character that actually needs them. The Druid, I'm in love with the new forms. One world quest in the south, bugged in NA2. I haven't done these ones yet. I can go give them a try. What are you gonna get? Whelpin Stream Crest. Oh, gold. I like gold. What am I trying to do with my enchanting nowadays? Oh yeah, I'm still in resourcefulness. That's right. That'll be fine for a while. Make it more efficient. Eventually, I might want to actually like learn how to do some enchants. I think I'm going to be passively getting points just from playing and like actually getting my profession treasures every week. Okay. Most people don't like dragon riding. They just like the speed. Interesting hypothesis. I'm sure some people feel that way. It would be difficult without some real surveys and possibly A/B comparisons to discern if that's most people. I think that going that fast on a static mount would feel a bit goofy to me. But I don't know if that's actually true, if I just want to disagree with you. It's a feeling I'm sure you can relate to. I want to... Those are races. I don't have the dream fragment, so that one's no good to me. Love dynamic flight. Stream replace some Guild Wars too? Something I heard is every mount type has advantages and disadvantages. Interesting to see grand mounts are often faster than flying ones there. That is kind of cool. Huh. I want them to do herb mounts again. Like, take the shredder and then make more of them, or put it on a mount equipment to let us, like, mix and match. I know I can herb from the back of a dragon and whatever. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so I know that recipe. Firebrand Fistia. Do I need her for the Defenders of the Dream? Or Adventure? Firebrand Fistia. I do need her. Okay, let's go see if we can get in on that and see if that'll actually spawn. Because I want to keep working on that achievement. She's been bugged all week. Aww. Should I not bother? Maybe I shouldn't bother. It worked for me? Okay, let's go try it. We'll try it. We'll try it. There's a chance. Okay. Love more profession mogging equipment. As we keep getting more of them, I would love if I could mog my profession equipment to different profession equipment. Like, there's a whole category of cosmetics they can do. I'm dying to do it for my fishing rods, because there's like old beautiful fishing rods, like the old Dalaran ones, the bone one and the jeweled one and stuff, that I would love to be able to mog like my profession equipment fishing rod too, so you could use the different appearances while you're fishing. That seems like a natural thing for them to do. But then, you know, as they keep adding more like herb bags and sickles, or like, you know, blacksmithing aprons and whatever, what if they eventually let you save those appearances and then like mog them so that you can use whatever the best profession equipment is, but then, you know, choose which appearances that you actually want to use, because then they can make like some different types of them. You know, my alchemist wears a big apron and goggles, but what if I want her to have a frizzy wig and no eyebrows? Too much? Maybe when player housing time comes, profession stuff will happen too. Maybe. What if I just live my life so that I'm ready when player housing comes out? Like, I want to be a more like healthy, well-balanced, you know, at peace person by then, so that I can be nice and organized and make some fun videos and play the game. And we don't even know if they're going to do the feature, but I bet you they're going to do it eventually. We don't know how long we have. So what if I work on myself so that when player housing comes out, I am ready to meet it, you know? There's a good life goal. Why are you working on your self-improvement? Are you seeking like a, you know, a pay rise or a relationship, or maybe you wanna buy a house? Well, kinda. It's a way to think. I used to tell myself that I would be more productive and more organized and more efficient at content creation whenever the next expansion was. Like, every patch and expansion was a fresh start. And I think I've come to realize that who I am now is pretty much what I'm working with, and that I'm not going to wake up and be somebody completely different overnight. It's not that I can't change and work on myself, but I used to kind of nurse that daydream that I could just turn it on, and I'm starting to realize that if I could, I would have done it by now. Alrighty, there we go. Some Dream Warden's commendation, and yeah, there's another rare off the list. Nice. But you got to give yourself credit for what you've been keeping up with in the meantime. Not doing half bad. Big news in BlizzCon Q&A. Mythic Plus portals will become account wound in War Within. Did they say if that's retroactive or it's like the new ones? Because that's good news if true. If retroactive, huge news. Possible to change, slow and incremental. I know, which is like no fun, right? Like I always want to read about like miraculous transformations of somebody that like, you know, they picked up this one new thing and they got into it and then everything changed. I love stories like that because they feed my delusions. It's the worst. I know, right? Who wants to do the work? Gross. Stinky. I want a miracle. And the more time you spend waiting for a miracle, the more time you could have been doing the work. But, you know, where's the fun in that? Wouldn't it be nice if we were like butterflies? Caterpillar. One day butterfly, next poof. Did you ever watch oh, I didn't do the thing. Did you ever watch Elemental? The Disney Pixar one? there's a line in it where characters are trying to make the other characters cry with like sad stories. And it's like a butterfly, a windshield wiper, half a butterfly. And I can't stop thinking about that. Oh man. Yeah, Elemental is very, very cute. If you have Disney Plus or whatever, super worth putting on one day when you want like a comfort movie. Love to be a bear who hibernates every year. Come out of hibernation and glow up. I usually want to hibernate in the winter. It gets dark at like 4 p.m. now, and it's I know that's where I live and that's how this works. And every year it happens, and every year I'm like, really? Wah. New add-ons you recommend for the patch. Plumber. Plumber is primo. Plumber is great for doing seeds. It's keeping track of the timers of various seeds that are around and what they are, and super nice, especially if you want to fly around and plant multiple seeds at a time and not just like camp out by one like I am. Time change hit me hard. Dislike it getting dark so early. Yeah, me too. Me too. But it'll be the opposite in the summertime. I just, it means that if Mr. Moose, I like taking him out to play when it's still light out so I can, like, see him. And I don't, like, he has a light up collar, but I don't put it on him when he's romping because he's going to break it. So, and it means that we're going out to play earlier and earlier, and there's, like, fewer people that are available to play with him because they have, like, jobs. Elemental is not the one about emotions. It's about living in a city and how would you describe it to make it sound fun? My first thought is it's about immigration, and it kind of is, but in a way that's like, you know, cute. intersectional something cultures something. It's cute. It's really good. Inside Out was about emotions. Cities separated based on elemental type. Yeah. Racism and forbidden love. That would also be true. That would also be true. How is Pepper doing? He's so good. He is so good. He's so soft and clean right now. Moo moo. They announced the second Inside Out. But it's not gonna have Bill Hader. We like Bill Hader, right? I do. Cat and dog get along. We're working on it. But yeah, they're doing fine. Moose really likes the cat. And he's quite gentle. She's just not thrilled about it. It doesn't help that she's blind. So we do visits with the two of them. Ooh, I got long horns for my netherwing drake. They're allowed to be around each other, and they're fine around each other, but it's supervised only. I still have a baby gate that keeps them in their own zones. And we only do visits when there's two adults that have eyes on both of them so that we can kind of step in if we need to. I just want to make sure they don't have like a experience where they really scare each other. Or that the dog really scares the cat, because I think that could set us back a bunch. So I'm just practicing training Mr. Moose to, you know, nice kitty, respect the cat. You just basically leave the cat alone, because that's all the cat wants. She's not afraid of him unless he like tries to play with her, and he just wants to play, but he just can't. And he's so sad because he's really sweet and gentle, and he'll just go and he'll give her a little sniff and he'll give her a little lick, and she's like, okay. And then he's like, do you want to play? And she's like, no. And then he's like, but what did I do wrong? Like, he just doesn't understand why he can't play with her. But he doesn't have to get why. He just has to get the habit, I suppose. Speak to... There's a world quest up here. Why won't it have Bill Hader? The rumor that I read last night while I was procrastinating was that they weren't going to pay him enough relative to another star of the movie. So they lost both him and Mindy Kaling due to, I guess, contract disputes. But they recast them. Can't knock my Encanto obsession right now, though. Oh, I know, right? Play with me, tiny dog. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And at the dog park, he gets along well with everybody. He'll introduce himself to everybody, and he can play with smaller dogs. And when he's doing that, he'll kind of give them some space, and he won't bowl them over for the most part. Like, he recognizes when a dog is not big enough to, like, really rough and tumble with him, which is good. But he's also still a baby. He's a bit rambunctious. He's 6 months old. He's got big elbows, and he, like, just got him, so he doesn't quite know where he's going yet. Oh, I forgot. I need to try again. I've just been putting random stuff in your soup. I'm so sorry. I'm ready to make some sleeping potions. Don't mind me. Oh. Can't argue with tree milk. I have not seen the Airbender Live TV show. Oh, and then more tree milk. Used to watch your videos in Shadowlands, coming back in the War Within. Hey all. Hello, Candy Shrimp. Welcome back. I'm excited for the War Within. It's not going to be for a little bit, but at least we have this patch. Water. Herb-infused water. Yeah, there it is. In the Golden Girls, in the bedroom, there's like this palm leaf print bedspread, and then there's like palm leaf print wallpaper behind the bed, and I think it's kind of the sickest thing ever. I'm a little bit obsessed with it. I haven't, like, you know, redone my bedding or anything. I'm not that obsessed, but I feel like that's going to stick with me. Okay. There's some rep for that. Treasure diving. Oh yeah, this one's been around for a while. You get 50 rep for the world quest. I feel like I'm gonna be happy if I keep up with the rep a little bit. Not like grinding it. I'm not super going too hard. Handful of rebel and dragon breath optional. So I'm assuming dragon's breath is gonna let me breathe. There's some rubble. Oh, I see. There's bubbles. Can I use my... Here, let's use this button. So we can mount underwater. Hey, nutty! Don't think I've heard that one before. Sometimes I like to think that my puppy is Moose. First name Moose, middle name Nutty, last name Games. Target too close? What do you mean target too close? What is this, a warrior charge? Alright, that gives me swim speed, which might be faster even off the mount. It's one of these ones. I see, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Didn't they have one of these in Zereth Mortis too? Thought he had the sniff so he wasn't so nutty. He did. He did. Moose Nutty Games. Young Mr. MN Games. He's such a sweetie pie. He gets super lovey and cuddly first thing in the morning when you go see him. And he'll like, I'll go sit down in his bed with him and I'll get all excited and say hi, give him a hug, and he wags his tail and he comes to say hi to me. And he'll like come sit on my lap, which is hilarious because he's not a small puppy anymore. So he doesn't really fit on my lap, but he tries anyways, bless him. And I just love him so much. He's a very affectionate, happy puppy. He also loves, he's figured out that strangers love him too. So now he'll see somebody that he's never seen before and he'll be like, what if they love me? And he'll like camp out and wait for them to come see if they'll say hi to him. And most people want to because he's an adorable puppy and it's fine, but he needs to learn that he cannot visit with every single stranger because some people don't like dogs. Or they've just got, you know, places to be, things to do in their lives other than playing with my puppy. So... Oh, so sometimes I have to encourage him along or ask him to do something else. And he's like, but they haven't loved me yet. Mom! There's Mortis, you can go underwater. Yes. Keep acknowledge me. He staked out one of our neighbors this morning because he heard them moving like they were gonna leave. And he planted his butt and sat and waited for them to leave so that he could say hi. And this wasn't even a neighbor that he's met before. He just heard somebody and was like, you know what? They're gonna love me. Speak to the Ancient of Lore. What do you mean? We're not done? What do you mean? I hate it when they move the goalposts on me. A Mirdrasil glyph? Dragon does not tell me if there is one. Handy notes can mark their locations on the map. That's what I've been doing, is I've been looking, using an add-on to check where they are on the map. Oh, high above the hub itself. Very high up. Oh, okay. I don't think I've done that one yet. That must be actually like that one. Yeah. Let's go get it. Let's go take a look. Another 50 rep? Yeah, another 50 rep. Oh, friendly boy. But it's good because he's getting very well socialized to all kinds of people and animals. He managed to see a crow and not chase it this morning, which was good. Trying to teach him that we respect the crows. Here, I might need to let my dragon rest a little bit. Oh, or instead of letting my dragon rest a little bit, what if we just get onto a flying mount? Wow, imagine that. You ever ride a horse straight up into the air? Crows will come after you if you don't. Yeah. Oh, I saw the hugest seagull yesterday. It was a massive seagull. Like stop in the street and look up at it and go, whoa, kind of seagull. It's like, that's, you belong in the beaches by the ocean. It's usually the city slicker seagulls are smaller. This one was ripped. Albatross. I don't know if you get albatrosses here. Maybe. Sure looked like a seagull. Boy always chased flying crows. Some of them, I swear, I would intentionally visit him to get him to run. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel a bit like I'm cheating whenever I do this. So how high are we talking? Oh, it really is way up here. Ta-da! So I need 3 more glyphs in general. Also, I have another Enchanting Treasure over here. But generally speaking, we're really chipping through these achievements and stuff. Can seagulls get so fat they can't fly? Oh dear. They might need food delivered to them for that. Forgot about the new glyphs. I need to spend them just to make this thing stop yammering at me. What do you want? Give me that one. There's world quests over here, which I suppose I should do for the reputation. Oh, sure, fine. What do you want to do? I'm just kind of, I don't know, hesitant on world quests because I don't know what they want yet, and sometimes it sounds like a lot. 12 crows and 3 bosses. Okay. Alright, fine. Fine. That node in the second row is the best new one. The node in the second row. Ooh, second wind. Oh, yeah. Here, let's get that. It's a 3-minute recharge and it gives you an instant vigor back. That does sound nice. I'll click in the glyphs in ADT. Convenient way of tracking them. Glad the new Q&A is a video. Yeah. I know it's not like the most popular thing they've done, but I was kind of glad to hear they were doing like a pre-recorded one with online submitted questions. Just because I always had a hard time watching the Q&A because I get secondhand anxiety from watching people that are anxious about public speak. So the Q&A always was tough for me to get through. Not that anybody did a poor job. They always did fine, but I could feel, you know, you can just feel the nerves pouring off of people, and it's just tough for me. So I would read the notes later. I almost would never watch the video itself. Searing Sun Crow slain. I thought we were respecting crows. slain by like... Oh, well, they've given me a button. Maybe that has something to do with it. Call... Pawn... Oh, she's a dragon. Oh! Oh, I see. Okay. Alright. Wait a minute. It's not a one-shot. Look, it's what we were promised on the Wrath of the Lich King box. Worst world quest. It does seem to be asking for a lot. Too few crows, too many players. Seems like in my shard all the players gave up and left. Somebody asked me if these south ones were bugged. I wonder if that was why, or if there was like a specific bug. We're at green dragons in the Dragon House now. Oh yeah. I wish those ones could dragon ride. I guess we're getting to it. 8 of 12. Oh, it's a tough crow. Or either that or I'm just missing. No, it is a 3-shot. Oof. At least I don't have ammo. That would be something. No one around you? Competing with 10 others? Yeah, I think procrastination may have worked in my favor here. Or maybe I just have like a really quiet shard. Can't complain. That was not too bad. I just need to go to two more bosses, and then hopefully that's the end of it, and they'll let me move on with my life. Oh, and then one more, we're not done. How would people be supposed to find the glyphs without an add-on? There's 2 in places that you never go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If you don't get close enough to get the hint. The achievement would have the names of, you know, like the vague area that they're supposed to be. But yeah, that high up one was very high up. Is it too late to start playing WoW? Can you start playing really anytime? You can really start playing anytime. It's a really, really, really big game with a lot going on. And there are always going to be things to do. Even in downtime, there's things to do. It's like asking if it's too late to go to Disneyland because they opened the Star Wars ride however many years ago that was. Nah. If anything, it's open. Bugs are all fixed in it. There's always going to be something new going on, but there's also plenty of other stuff to do. Find these glyphs harder to find on my own than all the other zones. Is this going to be in a cave? Up floating in a circular branch. It's not in a cave. Haha. Been incredibly fun. So much to learn and catch up on. Afraid to be so insanely behind on so many things. You'll be okay. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're not doing it right or that you need to be doing something or another faster. So, you got lots of time. As long as you're enjoying whatever you're logging in to do, you're doing it right. Okay, did I get all the dragon glyphies? I think there's some more dragon glyphies. Trouble is, I didn't make them very big in my add-ons, so even though they're on my map, they're not very big. Oh yeah, there's one. Let's go get that. Planning on playing a tanking class because I love to tank. Yeah. You're gonna have a great time. What is an Emerald Frenzy? In theory, it's something that happens at the half hour and then also on the hour. It's up in the zone somewhere, kind of like a bonus objective. And then there's stuff that you can kill that gets like empowered and they'll drop like a lot of dew. I have the quest to do it as well, and I haven't gotten around to it. So maybe in another 9 minutes here, we'll look for it. Because, yeah, I haven't found them to be marked on the map super noticeably the way the super blooms are either, but maybe I just wasn't looking correctly. Haha. There's one. Oh, there's another one behind the raid. Shows the map. 2 weapons crossed like it's combat. Okay. Yeah, we'll look for it. We'll look for it at the top of the hour, because I need to do one as well. For something or another. I thought. Yeah, Emerald Frenzy completed to earn Emerald Dewdrops. I'm going to get a free Dream Seed from that. Go. One more? Yeah, one more. Wakefall? Wakeful Vista. Where is the Wakeful Vista? That's the Whirlwind Basin. Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's on the far side of the zone. Oops. Yeah, I was just there. That's okay. It's the last one that we need, and then that's done. Yeah, the nice thing about Endgame WoW is that there's a bunch of different ways to play it, and none of them are necessarily wrong, and they can also kind of tie into each other. So you and your wife could do outdoor content for a while if you want. You can start with just the 2 of you going around the zone doing, you know, rares and blooms and weekly quests and whatnot to get some gear, and that's going to be good gear. You're going to get flight stones, you can upgrade it, but you can also jump into Mythic, that's starting next week, mind you, but you can also do Mythic Plus. You can do Mythic Dungeons and Keys, and that's 5-player content. Or you can look for raid groups, and you can do like 10 to 25-player content. Or you could do a little bit of whatever, depending on what you're feeling. I do all of those things, but some people will do just one of the 3. Or PvP is a whole nother thing. And then collecting is a whole nother thing. You can kind of mix and match whatever you guys like to do, and if you don't want to do something, you don't have to in order to do the stuff that you like. So there's people that play the entire game, or they play their entire lives in the game, they have a great time without touching big bunches of it. So if there's something that you don't like, or you don't want to deal with the coordination of how many people it is, you certainly don't have to. You can still have a great game experience with just dungeons, or just raiding, or just outdoor stuff, or mixing and matching, whatever you like. On the flip side, that does mean that if you're trying to figure out what to do and you're open to all of it, there's a lot of stuff to navigate, but just don't worry about doing all of it, because you certainly don't have to. You can do a lot worse than just doing whatever's in front of you. Mythic Plus portals account wide. I heard something about the Q&A mentioning that. I want to know, did they say it was going to be retroactive? Because I have some old ones that I would really love to have the account wide. Nellis, thank you for the 2-month resub. Some people go full-time gold making, spend their time with their nose stuck in spreadsheets. And even within gold making, some of those people are flippers, some of them are transmog farmers, some of them are raw gold grinders, some of them are 2x4 farmers. It is a big world. It's a big theme park. There's lots of different rides. Trying to get my sister started in Pandaria because it's pretty. Just do BFA with her. How do you guys get new players in the game? Yeah, it might be possible that they'll make her start in BFA. Have I gotten a mount from the seed blooms? Yeah, I've had nothing from the giant seed yet. I haven't planted. I mean, I guess I've planted the ones that I've gotten, but no other mounts. Just the Winter Night Dreamsaber. So I want to know, for a Dream of Seeds, how are we doing this one? I need to find a Dragon Daffodil, Dreamer Daisy, Belligerent Begonias, and Whisper Bloom Sapling. This one is a Glade Goldenrod, so I don't actually need this one. Hi, El. Hello. 2x4 farmer. They're in the lumberyard. 2x4 groups, or sometimes even up to 4x4 groups, they are mass grinding mobs in the world, typically to get BOEs or materials to drop. Or like cloth or something like that. And the reason why you do it, they call it a 2x4 because what you do is you get a group of 4 people that are grinding the stuff, and then you get another parallel group of 4 people in the same area, and you guys are all grinding because once 5 people or a group of 5 is tagged a mob, it'll turn gray for other people in the surrounding area. But if it's multiple groups of 4, as long as one person from each group tags it, all 8 people can loot it. So you're generating more loot for everybody. You can even take it as far as 4x4, but that's harder because you need each person from the 4 groups to tag each mob, and it gets a bit messy. But those groups are really popular for grinding just materials and BOEs and world drops out of stuff. I've always found it's never really been my thing. I've always been kind of bored by it. I don't mind mass grinding, but I'd prefer to do it on my own than in a group. But it is certainly a thing. So yeah, if you ever see a group in the group finder and it's like Murlocs 2x4 need puller or whatever, they want like a hunter to pull mobs and be part of their farming group to just mass grind mobs to get stuff to drop. It's a pretty good gold making typically, especially at the right time. I know people made bonkers gold doing that in BFA in the mount areas because you would get world drop BOE epics that were value at the time, and you would also get those world drop BOE mounts that you could sell. Plus just like a ton of cloth and like grays and stuff. Plus those mobs were like hyper spawnable, which meant that you could get a 4x4 group in the area and you could just like mass spawn mobs. So people really wrung those areas for all they could get out of them. Oh yeah, I was heading down. So we're 2 minutes away from the Emerald Frenzy that I want to check out. But I was heading down to get my last glyph. After the Emerald Frenzy, I'm going to wrap up because I got a big day. Dream Badger is a rare spawn of the skunk puling. Oh. Yeah, I bet you people are making bank off of it. Big day. Big day, big weekend. I've found that when in doubt, they're often just up more. Not always, but often. My Drake's... Oh, there it is. There it is. You'll crush it. Maybe. I had a task that I wanted to do last night, and I sat down to work on it at 8 p.m. And I started working on it at 10:30 p.m. and then I finished working on it at 11 p.m. Not 11, like 11:30. It took like probably an hour once I actually started it. And then I managed to get off the computer at like midnight. Just like so much wasted time, but I did do it, which is better than I can sometimes say. So I need to keep an eye out for Dragon's Daffodil, Dreamer's Daisy, Belligerent Begonias, or Whisperbloom Sapling. Are any of the active flowers one of those things? Are the active flowers specific to specific locations? There's a good question. There's Dreamer's Daisy. Let's go see if it's not up, but let's go see. Let's go there anyway. What's the Emerald Frenzy for? It's a good question. It gives you dewdrops, but like those don't seem as important as I kind of thought they were going to be initially. Maybe I'm mistaken. Did I get an achievement for doing all the glyphs? I did. I got... Did I? Did I get the Glyph Hunter? I did. I got Emerald Dream Glyph Hunter. We did that. Oh, it is. Okay. So let's, here, we'll plant an epic seed. Why not? Sometimes it's not about how you got there, but simply that you did. Yeah, something like that. Here, I'm gonna sink into this one to make it at least blue. Gotta purge all those cute skunks. I wanted to work on the safari on one of the weekend streams, I think. Because I guess I have 2 more streams until season starts, and then we can do fun season stuff. Either extra stuff on my main, or I can set up an alt to specifically like play and gear up and do on stream. Do like some low keys or something on an alt. Although that druid's not even finished leveling, so she can't very well start the season when she's not even level 70 yet. Plumber. Plumber is the add-on that gives you the seed planting UI. It's awesome. It also lets you see on the map where they are and stuff. can't worry about Defenders of the Dream. That's just going to be campaign questing. They'll let me do more of that later. This one is hard. Oh, you only need 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only need to find 3 more of them. You don't need to do all of them, just 10. Okay. That's better. I was a bit worried. Is that Farak? It is Farak. Is he okay? He's looking a little flushed. Kitty's all cozy in her chair. Alright. So it's 11:02. The Frenzy should be up. I know the Super Bloom is starting, but the Frenzy should also be up. I'm looking at my map for crossed swords. Unless I've misunderstood, but I thought it was up every 30 minutes. So I thought it would overlap the Super Bloom. A little bit on fire. Cranky. I'd be cranky too if I was on fire. I'm not seeing anything. Maybe I need to fly around and look for it? It starts 10 minutes before the hour. 30 and 50. Okay, so I missed it. Of course it's at 50. Why wouldn't it be at 30 and 0? Oh, it's because they don't want it to overlap with the Super Bloom. That's why. Ugh. Well, they didn't tell me. I missed my carrier pigeon. Didn't get the memo. Although I don't get very many memos, but... Alright. Well, at least we're gonna get the cash. What do we get for that? Recipe for slumbering peace bloom tea. Some more Drake's streaming crests. Never thought about differences in realms. Having more than one realm for characters feels like too much. Yeah, I don't worry about it. I have all my characters in one realm. So many things are not realm tied anymore that I can't really be bothered. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not doing the Super Bloom. Or the, not the Super Bloom, the Frenzy. I guess I can do that some other time. Dragon's Daffodil. I'm so close to this one. Belligerent Begonias, Whisper Bloom Sapling. Oh, there's a Dragon's Daffodil. It's already up. I'm going. Yeah, warbands will be cross-realm. It's just a name for all of your characters, but they're going to be able to display cross-realm characters on the same character select sheet without you needing to go up and like change realm, which is nice. Auctionist. Yeah, but you can do that because you can now send gold cross-realm. You can do that with just like... you don't have to play on that realm. You could just make an alt, send it the gold, or like use a friend to help you transfer the gold. Or a second account if you're one of those people. And you don't even have to keep the character over there. You can, but you don't have to. There's a Somnut. I think I'm looking for this one. I want to contribute to this seed. I don't even have a blue seed. I can do this one. Does this count? I'm out of blue seeds. Kirk AF, thank you very much for the 50 month resub. The big 5-0. Oh man, I'm not even going to divide that into years in my head. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. Gold Cross Realm. Next expansion. In the War Within. Next expansion. One of our new warbands features. Yeah. Contribute a seed. I don't think this is going to count because it's already on blue and I don't have any blue. I don't think I'm going to get credit for this. And unless I just trip on a blue seed, I think I'm out of luck. You can trade gold across realms as long as you're in the same faction. Are you sure? Partied up and traded gold. Yeah, with a friend. Yeah. Yeah, you can trade gold with a friend. Sagarol, thank you for the 2-month resub. Ta-da. Yeah, no luck. I got 4 Drake's Crest, which is weird because I didn't put a seed in. I guess it maybe got an epic bag. But no luck in getting the credit for that for the achievement because I didn't put a seed in. Reef Break Morud. Oh, do I have him? Reef Breaker. Reef Breaker. Oh, I have him already. I mean, I could do it again. Dryad Supply Pouch. Oh, dear, dear. Shade Floor, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Okie dokie. Bloom Farms are for the Emerald Dream. Not very concisely. I'm still kind of figuring it out myself. It wouldn't be very helpful for me to just say stuff, would it? You can get stuff. I think I gotta get out of here. I gotta wrap this one up. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another stream. I may or may not get a news video out for tomorrow, and it might be like a little mini one if I do, but we will see. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate your company. I hope you have a great time in the patch. Happy Friday and a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.